Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Aftermath Autosports Rockingham test session with 50 lap of green flag racing with the drivers of the Aftermath Autosports we're going to introduce right now. The driver of the number 02, Eric Riviere. The driver of the number 06, David Dorrell. The driver of the number 64, who is currently not here, Alex French, and the driver of the number 125, Zach Mecca. All three here performing for you today, or all two, I should say, here at Rockingham Speedway. We'll be racing with you today. I'm your host, Zach Mecca, and we'll be broadcasting this live on YouTube. And we're going to hop right into it and watch the practice sessions. So let's get on track and see what's going on. Looks like there's going to be a little trouble there with the number 06 of David Dorrell getting a little loose there coming out of turn 4. Looks like he couldn't save the car. Now we're going to be focusing on the number 02 here of Eric Riviere as they are in practice. Seems to be running through the turn pretty nicely. These turns are really hard. As I'll take you through a previous experience here, these turns seem to be really hard. They actually are really difficult. Rockingham has a lot of bumps, and with the really hard banking, kills the tires quickly and the gas a lot quicker than a normal track would. You can see the splitter moving up and down there in the front of the number 02 of Eric Riviere with his nice Aftermath Autosports paint scheme in the nice lime green, as he looks like he's going to shut his engine off. He's going to coast it around turn 3 and 4, and looks like he might be pitting. And I am sorry if I sound sick, because I am sick. Now we're going to go back and focus on the number 06 here of David Dorrell. Coming in through turn 3 and 4. He's going to be exiting 4 right about now. Coming down the front stretch to take the first lap. You can see his splitter go up and down a little bit, hitting those bumps. Looks like he's going to make a smooth ride through 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 is going to be the difficult turn. As now he is entering turn number 3. He's going to be riding a little mid of a line there, in the mid of the turn. He's going to exit turn 4 nice and clean. He's going to go right down. And he seems to be running pretty good. As David Dorrell is from the Great Plains of Missouri. He's running about 170 almost into turn 3 as he drops down to a 130. That's about a 40-mile difference right there as he goes into the turn. He's going to gain that speed right back up. Come right out of the exit. On the front stretch, he's going to be hitting about 175 again. His fast lap right now is a 22.949, and his last lap was a 23.201. Oh, he's going to hit the wall there off of turn 2. There's going to be a big wreck on the back stretch. That don't look like a pretty one right there. That's going to be needed brought to the garage. And now the number 02 of Eric Riviere is going to be exiting pit road and coming onto the back stretch. As he's going to come around to take his first lap into 3 and 4. Here we go. He's going to come down the front stretch, and he's going to take his first lap around here. His fastest lap so far is a 22.774. He is on the top of the leaderboard, but only by a tenth of a second from David Dorrell. As he's going to come around turn 3 and 4, you can see he's riding that high line a little bit. Really bumpy up there as you see his front of the car moving up and down. He's going to run. His last lap was a 22.842. As now he's going to enter turn 1 and 2, coming around. Run that low line there, as you can see. Gets a little better grip there. And now he's going to go back on the low line, and he's going to run middle line, actually, through these turns. He's going to move from middle to low, trying to get good grip out of the turn and a good run. And he's going to run just a thousandth of a second slower than his last lap there. Just a couple thousandths of a second. Not much, but a lot. As you can hear something going wrong within the car, shifting it sounded like. And he's going to slow down and he's going to pit. Just going into the sim real quick and fixing one little thing. Now we're going to have the number 83 of Stephen McLaughlin, it looks like. Looks like he's going to stop on the backstretch there.
Stephen, thanks for showing up. We're going to be doing a race today. I'd usually willing to stay for that one.
You're going to hear a little of the driver audio inside of there.
Were you talking to me, David? What'd you say?
Oh, yeah, I was just saying thanks for stopping by. We'll be doing a full practice qualifying and race session if you're willing to stay that long.
Well, if I can figure out a setup by then, I would.
We're going to be running a 50-lap race here with a 1 hour practice time and a two laps of qualifying, which is a total of 5 minutes. That gives everybody a good chance to run a good qualifying lap down, as it seems to be nobody's out on track just yet. We're going to hop into the cockpit here with the number 06 of David Dorrell and just show you what it's like with the drivers of their field of view. As you can see that they have a pretty big steering wheel there. It's a 15-inch radius around the whole steering wheel. As we're going to hear him rev up the car a little bit, and here we go. We're going to put you into a gyro view here of his car. Looks like he's going to stop. Aftermath Autosports is an official racing team, and they have a website. If you would like to go check it out, the link is going to be posted inside of the chat just about now. If you would like to go check out their website, there is merchandise that will be up there soon, and it tells you all about how their team is, what their goals are, sponsors, and we would definitely like to thank our sponsors of our main sponsor, Pipe Check. We love you. So we're going to go out here now with David Dorrell in his cockpit view with Eric Riviere right behind him with the number 02 I see. See if we can get a better view. There we go. Now we can get a better view of what he looks like. As you're going to see the struggles that he has to go through here. Through the turns. Looks like he's going to stop. You're going to see the number 83 of Stephen McGo out there. As we're going to see number 06 of David Dorrell go out again, and let's see if he actually is going to take a lap now. He seems to be rolling out a little faster now. Here we go. Now he's getting up to speed here onto the backstretch. You can hear him shifting into third. Going a little slower than usual. Looks like he might be waiting for his teammate, the number 02 of Eric Riviere. He shifts down. He's gonna. Is he gonna go? Doesn't look like it. Not sure. There they go. Now they're gonna get up to speed here, as they're gonna shift into fourth gear now, going to turn one. You're gonna see the steering move from left to middle, back to the left. Just showing you about how much control it's gonna take to keep these cars straight. As now we see a little battle going in between the number 06 and number 02 teammates here. Going to come down the front stretch, still moving that wheel a little left and right, trying to keep the car straight. As you see, he slows down in the turn. You're going to see him try to keep the wheel left, but also have to turn the wheel extremely right there to catch himself because his rear end was losing. As now he's going to hit Eric Riviere on the back end and then go into the wall with some pretty severe right front damage right there. As you can see, it is lifted up there from the metal, and he's going to bring it down pit road and reset his car. So we're going to go to another driver. The number 02 of Eric Riviere is still out there running. That he's going to run it. He's going to dive it in low, bring it up a little bit higher. And now he's going to bring it into the pits. Seems what they're all going to be doing. Seems to be no driver out there right now that wants to run a lap. Alright, here we go. And we're going to have the two teammates going out again. Let's see if they can make a couple lap run here. And there's going to be some contact made there. Looks like Eric Riviere did not get a heads up there that David Dorrell was going to slow down to let him by. And now these two are going to bring it down pit road and get a little contact there. It doesn't look like Eric's a little happy. These two are going to stop and reset their cars. As they're going to get up to speed now into the backstretch. Maybe they're going to have a little more understanding now of each other. David Dorrell seems to be slowing down just a little bit, trying to save his car. And we're going to go to Eric Riviere as these two are running the Ford Fusion cars. The Gen 6 Ford Fusion cars, which you will see mostly of Gen 6 Ford Fusions or Gen 6 Chevrolet SSs. As they're going to come around into turn 1 and 2 now for the beginning lap. Coming off of turn 2, David Dorrell is going to get a little pulled away there of Eric Riviere. Eric Riviere looked like he's going to try the high line here to see if he can catch David Dorrell. David Dorrell pulling away a little bit, but Eric Riviere is going to try to get that run out of the turn there. Just can't seem to get it, and is losing time on David Dorrell. As we're going to go to David Dorrell now, he's really working that wheel to stay up in front there. Now Eric Riviere is not working the wheel as hard as it seems to be as David Dorrell is. So they're going to come out of the front stretch now, still working that wheel pretty hard. As these two look like they're going to do a little battle here to see, just doing a little nice 10-lap run. As David Dorrell seems to be leading it right now, but not leading the leaderboards. As they're going to exit turn 2, David Dorrell gets a little loose there on the rear. Saves the car though. Almost made contact with the wall. Eric Riviere is gaining some time on David Dorrell, just not enough time to catch him. We're going to go to Eric Riviere and see if we can watch him catch David Dorrell as the gap between them has seemed to grow a little bit bigger. Not too much, but just a little bit. As Eric Riviere Still working his way around the track, trying to catch him as they're going to hit lap traffic up in here. They're going to hit the number 21, it seems to be. As Eric Riviere is going to be leading the leaderboard with a 22.774. Right behind him is 2:10s behind him, and David Dorrell going to go head on into that backstretch wall there. That was a pretty nasty wreck, I would say. As Eric Riviere is on a seems to be 11 lap run right now. I don't think it is. And his fastest lap is a 22.774. with a 2/10 second lead between second place of David Dorrell, teammate, of a 22.949. With the number 9 of Tom Hissert running at 23.023. That is your top 3 currently right now, as we have 8 drivers in this race. Eric Riviere is going to bring it down pit road, and we're going to go as we have the number 9 of Tom Hissert crashing on the front stretch in that grass. As we're going to focus our eyes on the number 25 of Stefan Broy. As he's going to enter onto the backstretch, pretty clean clean entrance there as the number 9 and the number 02 are exiting pit road together. Whoa, little swirly exiting pit road there. Looks like they might have laid down some oil maybe right there at the exit of pit road. As the number 9 is entering turn 3 and 4 on the high line, trying to gain the momentum up there on the high line to get a fast lap. He's going to start his lap now, and let's keep in and see how his lap is. As this does not want to seem to be cooperating with me. Seems to be Tom Hissert may have exited the track. Yep, he's going to be exiting pit road. And a new leader has taken over, the number 21 of Greg Girk, with a lap time of 22.745, beating Eric Riviere's time of a 22.774 by 0.03 of a second. As now he's going to go into the garage and see if he can make his car better. We're going to focus on the number 02 of Eric Riviere and see if he is on track. Does not seem to be, but we see the number 06 of David Dorrell on track. And he's going around trying to run a faster lap time right now. If you guys have noticed, the number 02 and the number 06 have different letters on the side of their cars. Eric Riviere has the number A, and David Dorrell, the number 06, has this letter C. Those are different chassis these guys are running, as they are in the off-season testing, getting ready for the regular season, getting ready to run their opening new league, which has not been named yet, but they will be running the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Series schedule, with the first track being the Daytona International Speedway, 2.5 mile track, going to be a full-length race of 200 laps, 500 miles. Then they're going to head here for the second week of racing, Rockingham Speedway in North Carolina, of a mile. This is a 1 mile track. And then the third week will be the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, a 1.5 mile track, full-length races. It's gonna be a really fun league. We'll be broadcasted live, not by Non-StopRacingTV. Broadcaster will be announced soon, though. keep on check on the Aftermath Autosports website for more information about that. Information will be released soon about the new league. As there's going to be 26 minutes and 15 seconds left in practice. Going to watch number 02 of Eric Riviere just come and scrape the wall just a little bit up there on the high line in turn 3 and 4. Still going to try and finish the lap and see what he can run. His last lap was a 24.074. 2 seconds off the pace. He's hitting the wall just a little bit there, affected Eric. As we see another guy hit the wall behind him. Looks like he may have been trying to run the same line. As we're going to see the number 9 of Tom Hersett try to save it coming in around on turn 1. Looks to be getting in just a little loose there. Couldn't save it, ran into the barrows. As now we're going to go out with number 02 again of Eric Riviere. Number 46 of Jason Martin following right behind him. As we have a wreck on the backstretch of the number 21 of Greg Girk, being taken over by the lead of David Dorrell. With David Dorrell running a new lap of a 22.712, beating Greg Girk's previous lap of a 22.745, which is about a 300th lap of a difference. As we're going to see the number 9 of Tom Hersert take his first lap here on his run. Coming, wrecking the number 02 on the backstretch. Stays out of the number 9's way. The number 9's going to enter turn 3 and 4 right behind David Dorrell. Pretty close to him. Not enough gap though. Big enough gap to stay to run a good lap. And he just ran a new lap of a 22.803. That'll keep him in 4th position. Not enough to beat anything, but looks like he's going to stop. And now we're going to focus on the number 06 here of David Dorrell, as he looks to be trying to put down a new lap. As the number 02 of Eric Riviere is going to pass the number 83 of Stephen Mecca. I am extremely sorry about me being sick, was not planning on it. But Eric Riviere seems to have run maybe a new fast lap. No, he is not. David Dorrell has now ran a new fast lap of a 22.639. Happened just 1 minute ago. And he's going to still be holding on to that lead there as we have 21 minutes left in practice until we hit qualifying. You're going to see the RPM gauge there at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. That's going to tell you the RPMs as Eric Riviere is currently at 7,000 RPMs. Going up, get onto the backstretch, redlining just a little bit before he hits the turn 3 and 4. As the number 4 is to represent he is in gear 4. There's only 4 gears in these cars. As the number 4 seems to be slowing down just a little bit there. Brian Bennett, and we're going to focus on the number... We're going to focus on the number 4, Brian Bennett there, as he's going to start his lap. And he's going to be going out of turn 1 and 2. He's going to get a smooth run onto the backstretch. Entering turn 3 and 4 on the low line, as you can see the number 21 right in front of him, right on that yellow line with his left side tires, maybe hitting the apron just a little bit, still holding onto the car. The number 21 of Greg Girk, still trying to run a faster lap of David Dorrell, has not seemed to do it yet. But there's a lot of guys at the number 4, Brian Bennett, out onto the wall. As we're going to see a battle happening here between the number 06 of David Dorrell and the number 46 of Jason Martin. As this battle seems to be going pretty good between these two. They're going to exit turns 3 and 4 here onto the front stretch, pretty smooth. See a little rear end kicking out there on the number 06 of David Dorrell as they enter turn 1 and 2. 46 going to try to run the higher line, see if he can get around David Dorrell. Does not seem to be working as he is trying to run the same line as David Dorrell. David Dorrell and the number 46 of Jason Martin both hit the wall, coming out of turn 2, but David Dorrell spins around. He could not save his car as there was a pretty nasty wreck on the backstretch there. Now the number 46 is into the wall and he has severe right front damage there. He's going to have to bring that down pit road as he's going to stop.
I love you.
Now we're going to have a three-way battle here with the number 06 of David Dorrell, the number 21 of Greg Girk, and the number 4 of Brian Bennett. Seems to be a little more of a battle there between the number 21 and the number 4 here as David Dorrell is going to hit the wall, spin onto the backstretch, and blow his engine. Looks like they're going to need to put another new engine in that car. As now another battle is developing here. Looks like the other battle may have broken up. I'm not seeing it on the standings anymore. Wonder what happened to it. It's a pretty good battle between the number 4 and the number 21 here. I don't know if it's really a battle or not. I think number 21 is just trying to get a good draft of the number 4 to get a run faster lap. As Eric Riviere is now going to run the new fast lap of the session of 22.551, beating David Dorrell's lap by 1/10 of a second. As we're going to see the number 21 of Greg Girk still going around trying to run a faster lap. Doesn't seem to be able to do it. As he's going to stop onto the backstretch, go into the garage, make a couple adjustments to his car. So we're going to see the number 06 of David Dorrell exit turn 4, come onto the front stretch, take his new lap. 15 minutes and 15 seconds left here in practice. Trying to get that race set and qualifying set down. As he is only 88 hundredths of a second behind the leader of Eric Riviere. As he's going to go into turn 1 and 2 now, trying to run that faster lap, getting close to that wall there. Just barely misses it here at the Thunder Alley. Information on this: Rockingham Speedway, which is an oval course. Track length is 1 mile, 0.969 miles. It has a track time of 84.88 Fahrenheit with 4 turns. The weather for today is going to be an air temp of 74.08 degrees with a track temp of 84.88 degrees, humidity of 35 with mostly cloudy weather. We're going to bring your top 5 out here. In first is the number 02 of Eric Riviere. Second, the number 06 of David Dorrell. Third, the number 21 of Greg Girk. Fourth, the number 9 of Todd Hersett. And fifth, the number 46 of Jason Martin. That'll bring out your top 5 here in practice as we're waiting on qualifying to begin. As we're going to start to see a battle develop here between the number 02 and the number 06 of David Dorrell. David Dorrell just pushing it a little too hard, trying to catch the number 02 of Eric Riviere out of turn number 2. And David Dorrell is going to hit the wall. Thought he could save the car, but guess not. Has a lot of right side damage to his car. He's going to bring it down to the garage, have the crew fix it all up brought out a brand new car for him. And now he's going to go into the garage and tell his crew what needs to be fixed to make his car feel better for him. This is number 02 of Eric Riviere is going to be slowing down here onto the backstretch. Coming out of turn number 4, actually. And he's going to be pitting, bringing that car down to the garage with needing some adjustments from his car. We're going to focus on the number 83 here of Steve McGough. As he's going to go through turn 1 and 2 here, trying to run that faster lap, trying to get higher than 9th position there, as he is a full second behind the lead here by 1.160 seconds. He's in 9th position right now. Out of, I would say, about 14, 15 cars. As, the number 83 of Steve McGough is going to wreck and just barely miss the number 800 here of Randy Moore. There's Randy Moore in the Toyota Camry, a very, very uncommon car to see around here racing these. There's only about 4 or 5 total that ever race in these kind of races. As he's going to bring it around now and trying to get his first lap, does not seem to be able to. As we're going to see the number 9 of Tom Hersett pull out of the pits, trying to start a new lap and get higher than 4th position. As we're going to see the two Aftermath Autosports teammates make their way out onto the track with that Aftermath horsepower. You can hear those cars getting ready to blast around this track. There's a link again in chat to the Aftermath Autosports website if you would like to go check it out, learn more about how this team works, what they do on their off season, and more about the league, which will be announced soon, and learn about the team's history. Go check out that link in the chat, aftermathautosports.wixsite.com/aftermathautosports. You can go check it out, learn a lot about the team, and merchandise of the team will be coming out soon, and you can learn about their sponsors right on that same website. With officially 10 minutes left in practice here, we're going to see the two Aftermath Autosports teammates wreck onto the backstretch. Looks like we're going to get a little replay on that. Let's see if we can get a replay. As they're going to go onto the backstretch here, entering turn 3 and 4. Looks like this is going to be the lap before. Coming down the front stretch here, going into turn 1 and 2, seems David Dorrell's really starting to catch the number 2 of Eric Riviere. Eric Riviere just gets a little too high. Nope, not this lap. Coming down the front stretch. Let's see, Eric Riviere is going to slow it up a little bit. David Dorrell's thinking he can get down on the low side, trying to pass him. Eric Riviere just slides up a little bit, hits the wall. So does David Dorrell, comes right up into the number 2 into the wall. And those two are going to spin on the backstretch. As now we're going to watch number 14 of Ed Belanger going to get his first new lap here, as he is taking over the 9th position. Going to make heavy contact with that wall in turn 1 and 2 on the right side. Same with the number 800. Ooh, they're going to scrape a little bit as the number 800 tries to keep control of his car, just cannot keep control of it. And now we have the number 4 of Brian Bennett coming on track with 8 minutes left, all trying to run the faster laps. Aftermath would like to thank all their sponsors that make their racing possible here. Pipe Check, Aftermath Autosports, Aftermath Home Designs, Eric Riviere Rear Turn, Need to Relocate, Ask Him How, the Hair and Hand Correctables, and in loving memory of Cody Burke, June 26, 1989 to January 3rd, 2015. We're going to leave the sponsor page up there for a little bit if you guys would like to go check them out. as we have a new top 5 here, everybody. Brian Bennett now in 3rd place. Right behind the number 02 of Eric Riviere, the number 06 of David Dorrell, with the number 21 of Greg Gherkin knocked down to 4th, and Tom Brissett, the number 9, getting knocked down to 5th place. Aftermath Autosports would also like to thank all the military men and women out there who serve for our country, as we have 2 military men who serve for our country in our team, and the number 06 David Dorrell in the U.S. Army, and the number 06 and number 64 Alex French serving in the U.S. Army as well. Thank you guys for serving. We appreciate you a lot, and thank you to all the men and women out there who serve and sacrifice their lives out there. We really appreciate it. We hope you all have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year. Now time is winding down here to the practice with officially 30 seconds left here in practice, as we are going to head into the qualifying. As now we would like all ladies and gentlemen to please rise, remove your hats for our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We would like to also thank once again all the men and women who serve our country and sacrifice their lives to have us do these kinds of things. We're going to wrap, as qualifying is starting to come to a wrap here. Let's see the current results right now. Is number 21 of Greg Girk will be on the pole here tonight so far with a time of a 22.682. In second, the number 02 of Eric Riviere, right behind by only 0.17 of a second there, also running just 153.73 miles per hour, as Greg Girk ran 153.85 miles per hour. Top three is Greg Girk, Eric Riviere, and Brian Bennett. As qualifying has come to a wrap here, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it has come to that time of the evening. It is time for race time here, as we are going to go through the grid right now. In first, the number 21 of Greg Girk, running a fast pole time of a 22.682. In second, the number 02 of Eric Rivera, running a lap time of 22.699. And fourth, in third, my bad, the number 4, Brian Bennett, running a lap time of 22.850. In fourth, the number 9 of Tom Hazard, running a lap time of 22.907. In fifth, the number 13 of William Locklear, running a lap time of 22.910. In sixth, the number 17 of Benny Holloway, running a lap time of 22.963. Seventh, the number 06 of David Dorrell, running a lap time of 22.989. In eighth, the number 46 of Jason Martin, running a 23.010 lap time. At ninth, the number 14 of Ed Belanger, running a lap time at 23.092. In 10th, the number 83 of Steve McGough, running a lap time of 23.668. And finally, with the last lap time in 11th, number 15 of Joseph Jeffries, running a lap time of 25.908. And behind them will be the number 48 of Kyan Rel Howell, with not qualifying a lap time here, as they're going around on the pace lap, getting ready to go to the green flag. So we're going to focus on our leader here of the number 4, Brian Bennett, as the number 21 of Greg Girk did not grid. And we're going to see a little Brett as Brett Bodine pulls down, green flag waves, and they're off. Green, green, green. As the number 4 of Brian Bennett's going to pull away there on the start, jump the start just a little bit, as we're going to see a great battle going out here, side by side. Top 3 have gone even. As now the number 02 of Eric Rivera is looking to pass the number 13 on the high side there of William Locklear, as caution has come out. We're going to get an instant replay there. As I don't know where the wreck was. Let's see if we can find it. Seem to be back here just a little bit. As I'm not having good luck finding it, guys. Here we go, right here. It's going to involve the number 46 of Jason Martin, the number 15 of Joseph Jeffrey, and the number 48 of Kian Rail Howell. We're going to go here and see if we can get a good view of it. As it seems to be the number 45 or 15 of number 15 of Joseph Jeffrey just slides up just a little bit into the number 46 of Jason Martin. That's going to bring out your first caution of the night, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to see if anybody will take the pits. Doesn't look like anybody's going to pit yet, as we're still going to see the number 4 of Brian Bennett take the lead there with Brett Bodine in the pace car, lead this field around with 48 laps to go here at Rockingham Speedway. Top 5 currently at the moment. In first place, number 4, Brian Bennett. Number 02 of Eric Rivera in second place. Number 13 of William Locklear in third place. Number 06 of David Dorrell in fourth place. Number 9 of Tom Hazard in fifth place, as David Dorrell had gained 3 positions there on that one lap run. And he's going to be in the top 5 there with the 2 Aftermath Autosports guys going to be looking like they're going to be lining up right behind each other. as the lights on the pace car will go out, representing one more lap around till green. This time around, will green flag come, as they will get double filed here, back again on this restart. As the cars are going to enter turn 3 and 4 here, right behind Brett Bodine in the pace car. Brett Bodine getting ready to dive down into the pits. Bringing these cars ready up as number 02 of Eric Riviere seems to be just slacking behind a little bit. Brett Bodine will dive it down to the pits there as we're going to come back to green flag on the restart. Green flag, green, green, green as we're wrecking already back again. No caution yet. They're going to keep going green. As we'll go back to that. As they're still under green flag here with 45 laps to go. The number 4, Brian Bennett, is going to take a big lead over there as the number 13 of William Locklear will pass the number 02 of Eric Riviere. And they're still going to be under green here as that wreck seemed to have cleaned out. As caution will come out now.
Sorry, guys. It's hard to
As admin will be throwing the caution manually for that wreck that happened on the front stretch there. And I know for a fact it did involve the number 14 of Ed Belanger. We're going to go down to see how this happened. It seems as the number 15 is just getting a little too pre-hyped there on the restart. It's going to get right into the back bumper of the number 14, trying to give him a nice shove on the restart. Going to take in number 9 of Thomas Surt, number 15 of... Number 15... Who is the number 15? Number 15, Joseph Jeffrey, and the number 14 of Ed Belanger, as Ed Belanger looks to have the most damage out of all that. It seems nobody's going to go down pit road just about yet, as pit road is open. As there's going to be 7 cars on track right now, with the other cars being involved in that wreck, may have gone into the garage to get the damage fixed on their cars. As it looks like Brian Bennett is just getting a little too much excited there, trying to get ready to win this race. He seems to be overexcited there, trying to pass the pace car, but we're still under caution. I don't know if he understands that. Somebody better send a note down there to him about that, unless he thinks the pace car is a race competitor. As the lights on the pace car will go off, and Brian Bennett is looking to try and line up with the pace car. Maybe thinking he can beat the pace car around here, but Brett Bodine is not buying it, as he's telling him to get behind him or they will give him a black flag. As now we're going to see number 02 of Eric Riviere right down below him, as this should be a good restart here, as they're going to start double filing up again. As so far, Brian Bennett has led all 10 laps and is currently in first. Started third. His fastest lap so far is a 24.142. As Brett Bodine dives down to the pit road, green flag is going to wave, and we are off again. With Brian Bennett shifting into third gear, down to fourth gear, as Eric Riviere looks to take back second position from the number 13 of William Locklear, as Brian Bennett is happy that those two are fighting side by side, as he gets to pull away then. As Eric Riviere is 7/10 of a second behind the number 4 Brian Bennett, he will take over second position. As now we're going to see the two teammates of the number 02 and the number 06 of Aftermath Autosports fighting to catch that leader, as these seem to be the two fastest on track so far, as that's how it shows too currently, with Brian Bennett running the new fastest lap of 24.124. Still faster though, as we're going to see David Dorrell dive it down low into the number 02. Teammates are wrecking. Big wrecks are happening. David Dorrell is going to bring out the third caution of the night, as two teammates will wreck. So let's see if we can go get an instant replay on this. Looks like David Dorrell was getting the run there off of turn 4 on Eric Riviere. Got a little too hot-headed there. Didn't think Eric Riviere was going to come down that low into him. And Eric Riviere is going to spin David Dorrell. And David is going to get hit by the number 46 of Jason Martin. That's going to blow his engine and bring him into the pits, as his crew is going to have to work hard to get that car back out on track before this race ends. As Brian Bennett is still glad, as Brian Bennett's going to come down pit road here, he's going to be pitting right behind the road 2 of Eric Riviere. He's going to see a lot of cars here on pit road actually. Who's going to exit first? Tires up on the number 4, way before the number 02 of Eric Riviere. And Brian Bennett's going to exit out in first position. Eric Riviere right behind him in second position. Looks to be Brian Bennett still going to hold the lead. As I don't think anybody else, I think everybody pitted. No, not everybody pitted. A couple people stayed out. Nope. Now the number 83 of Stephen Mago is going to pit, as he was the one person who stayed out. We're going to see if we can get a little radio communication here between the number 06 of David Dorrell.
To the turn.
Hey David, you're up in the booth. Gotcha?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, what seemed to happen over there on the turn 1 and 2 between you and the number 02 of Eric Riviere?
Well, it was a little incident between the two of us. I didn't expect him to brake so early and come down on it when that's usually what I've been doing in the turns. He usually stays high and I dive her down, but he was there and I locked the brakes up and slid right back up into him, trying to get underneath him to miss him. Just a racing deal that went bad.
You got anybody to thank before you get moved out?
Oh yeah, I'd like to, thank the sponsors. It sucks that we're getting out on this race a little early, but I'd like to thank Parrot Firearms, Huron Collectibles. They've been good to us for our season we're starting this year.
All right, thank you very much.
User was moved out of your channel.
As there's a little driver communication there. Seems to be a little racing deal between David Dorrell and Eric Riviere. David does not seem to be very mad at all, as he is very understanding about that. Fair sportsmanship there. Has a great attitude. His lights on the pace car will turn off, representing green flag next time around. As our weather is still mostly cloudy here with an air temp of 74 degrees and a track temp of 84 degrees with a humidity of 35% here at the track venue, which is Rockingham Speedway, which is an oval, which is a track length of 1 mile with an altitude of 440 feet and a number of turns 4. As we're going down the backstretch here with the cars double filing up, a lot of cars have been out now, as they're going to go into turn 3 and 4 here, getting ready to go back onto a green flag run. As you see the number 02 of Eric Riviere, kind of have a clean set of tires right there with the number 4 and the number 46. Everybody seems to have a nice clean pair of tires, and Brett Bodine is going to dive it down. Brian Bennett is going to take the green flag again, jump the start just a little bit, and it is green. We are on another restart, ladies and gentlemen. As we're going to see the number 9 fight the number 46. Can't seem to hold him off. As Eric Riviere is still going to hold second place. As the number 46 of Jason Martin is in third. Trying to hold off the number 9 of Tom Hazard. As the number 9 of Tom Hazard is trying to catch up to him. Has a lot of front end damage right there. Going to snap loose a little bit there. Is he going to hit the wall? I do not think he will. To save it. As Eric Riviere has a 1 second difference between him and the number 4 Brian Bennett. That's a big difference right there, as Brian Bennett seems to be getting comfortable inside of his car, leading this race. As with 29 laps to go, Brian Bennett's still comfortably outside there, with almost a 1 second difference between him and the second place in the car of Eric Riviere and the number 02. As Eric Riviere has now pulled the gap away from the number 46, as you can see in the top 5 there, now he has a nice 1 second gap between him and third place. So Eric Riviere is now focusing all of his time on catching that leader. We're going to bring you back into the back of the field just a little bit with the number 83 of Stephen McGough, as he's riding comfortably back there in 5th position, 2 seconds behind the number 9 of Tom Hazard in 4th position. Seems to be Stephen McGough is just riding around comfortably, trying to get that top 5 finish. Same with the number 9 of Tom Hazard, trying to get a top 5 finish there, still trying to catch that number 46. Not much, there's a 0.4 of a second gap in between. Number 9's running a little high of a line there, as he's catching up to that number 46. There's going to be a good battle between these two coming up very soon, as he is closing that gap each lap, it seems to be. With coming up to 24 laps to go here. As the number 9 is riding really close to that wall there, starts up in the, goes high entry there into a low exit. trying to get that, and seems to be he's going to hit the wall just a little bit there on the back stretch. As you can see, sparks flying. As the gap is going to start to get closed now here, as the number 9 of Tom Hezert is really catching on to that Jason Martin, number 46. Running that high line, trying to get that momentum out of this turn here. Number 9 is really catching him here, almost bumper to bumper. They're about to be bumper to bumper. It's going to be a really good battle between these two coming up here. As number 9 of Tom Hezert is getting on that high line with that momentum. Number 46 says, hey, maybe I should try moving up a little bit. Let's bring you into a cockpit view here, as we can see the number 9 of Tom Hezert really close to that number 46. As Tom is going to run the lower line now. Jason's going to block. Tom has to let off the gas a lot there. It's going to be a good battle between these two. Now Tom's going to move back high here as he's riding that wall really close. Going to gain that momentum off the high line. Number 46 of Jason Martin tries to come up and blocks. Just doesn't seem to be able to stop him. These two are still side by side though. And the number 9 spins out. Is he going to save it? He saves it down on the apron. Going to get back on onto the backstretch. Going to spin it out on purpose. And this looks like it might bring out a caution as he almost wrecks number 83. As it looks like the number 83 may be wrecking. He is not. As this gives Eric Rivera, the number 02, a better chance to get Brian Bennett in the number 4. I think Eric Rivera was really hoping for that caution, even though he was catching on to that number 4. As we're going to look for some buyers here. Anybody going to come down pit road? Pit road should be open this time. Number 02, Eric Rivera is going to pit. That's going to make the number 4, Brian Bennett, pit. And everybody else behind him is going to follow through. It seems to be everybody has pitted. And we're going to see a fight for pit road. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever comes out of here first could be the race leader. As the number 4 is going to get into his pit stall first. Eric Rivera into his pit stall second. Now Tom Hezert into his pit stall third. Overshoots his pit stall just a little bit. Brian's pit crew going really fast there. Lifts up the left side. Gets those tires on. He's exiting. As Eric Rivera is just behind by a little bit. Just missed him by a hundredths of a second, it seemed to be. Not much, but a lot. But just barely missed him there as they pit on lap number 32 here, as we have 18 laps to go. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors of Harahan Collectibles, Pipe Check, Aftermath Home Designs, and Eric and Rivera, a realtor from Century 21. Need to relocate? Ask him how. And in love and memory of Cody Burton, June 24th, 1989 to January 3rd, 2015. We love you, Cody. As it seems to be, the number 46 of Jason Martin brought it into the garage. Maybe that may be ending his day there, as we see the front end of the number 02 of Eric Rivera have a little front end damage there, like a lot of right side damage to his car there. As the lights on the pace car are out, representing next time round, the green flag will be waved. As Brett Bodine brings us down pit road, dives down. Brian Bennett getting ready to take this green flag. Eric Riviere getting past. Three wide there for a second as green flag flies. Eric Riviere of the number 02 fighting for his life between the number 02 and the number 9. As there's going to be a battle for second as these two are really fighting, and that's making Brian Bennett really happy right now as he is able to pull away and get that time. As Tom Hazard isn't shy of fighting for that second place position. But that's going to make him lose time between the leader here, as Eric Riviere has a lot of time to make up with just very few laps left, with 14 laps to go. As this field starts to get spread out now, we're going to see who will be able to last the longest here with 13 laps remaining. Eric Riviere in second place, still trying to fight for that first position, as it seems to be his car gets better on the long run here, given those tires built into the track a little bit. He just got brand new tires, starting to catch on the leader here, as he went from 7 tenths to 6 tenths behind him. As Eric Riviere ran a faster time than the leader the last lap, can he catch him? Number 02 of Eric Riviere is closing that gap between him and the leader now. Eric Riviere going into turn 1 and 2 has his eyes on the leader, doesn't care about who's behind him, how far they are, just cares about catching that leader and passing. It's Eric Riviere, who is currently in second, who started second, is starting to close the gap just a little bit as he opened it. Gap is going open and close. Eric Riviere is still trying to catch that car. Hits the wall. He's going to spin out. Is he going to be able to save it? Big wreck on the backstretch there. 10 laps to go. Looks to be Eric Riviere may have just pushed the car just to a little bit too much, and the car would not be able to handle it. As 9 laps to go. Severe front end damage to number 02. As Brian Bennett is very glad, as now he has an open road. Just 9 laps to go, no mistakes, and he will win the Rockingham race. As Brian Bennett's lap starting to wind down here, started third, is currently in first, has led all 42 laps of this race. As Brian Bennett now taking it slow and easy around these turns, making sure no mistake is happening, as he has 7 laps to go till the checkered flag. He is just wanting to see that checkered flag come out anytime so he can know that he has won the race and it is all over. As now he's starting to go from 170 down on the front. He's going to hit the wall. There's a mistake right there. 6 laps to go. Not enough time to see him. Not enough damage for the number 9 of Tom Hazard to catch back up and win this race. As Brian Bennett is now speeding his car up just a little bit to make sure he has a good gap between him and second to make sure there's no mistakes to happen again. To make sure he does not hit the wall. Coming out of 2, he's going to come down to that Thunder Alley backstretch nice and clean. Entering turn 3. See the car bouncing on those bumps. As coming around to 4 laps to go, Brian Bennett is just inches away from winning this race. As now you're starting to see in the picture the number 9 of Tom Hezert catching up. Who knows? He has gained the gap from 2.8 seconds to 1.9 seconds. Isn't enough time though. 3 laps to go. Brian Bennett still in the lead. Will the number 9 of Tom Hezert be able to catch? As Tom Hezert is flipping over on the backstretch there. Will this bring out a caution? It does. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to end the race there. We're going to get an instant replay on what happened there. As we're going to see Tom Hezert driving through those turns over a little aggressively, trying to catch the number 4 as he thinks he's able to do it. As he's going to come around to the backstretch here out of turn number 2. Nothing's going to happen yet this lap. Still winding down though. Tom Hezert knows it's all on the line here. Looks to be pushing his car on that high line really hard. As he's going to enter turn 1 and 2 here. You're going to see him slide just a little bit there, losing the rear end. Can he catch it? No, he cannot. Hits the back stretch wall, starts flipping his car over. Car lands on the wheels. Is he going to be able to go? He gets the car moving, but by the time he gets moving, the caution is thrown. As the last lap is out, Tom Hezert is driving around, smoking the track up, but Brian Bennett doesn't care as he's coming around, just wanting the checkered flag, going into turn 1 and 2. Brett Bodine is just ready to see the winner. As Brian Bennett's just celebrating a little bit early there by going inside the pace car. I think Brian Bennett is a happy, happy man as he has won the Rockingham race, one of the toughest racetracks on oval circuits. As he's going to come around turn 3 and 4 here, very slowly, inches away from winning this race. Brian Bennett is your 2016 Rockingham Speedway Oval champion. As he's going to come down and take the checkered flag, Brian Bennett is your winner, everybody, with your top 5 being the number 1 of Brian Bennett, winner of this race. Number 2 of Stephen McGough, coming in a close second there. Having that caution come out, he would have finished 3rd if that caution did not come out. In 3rd is Tom Hezert. In 4th, number 02 of Eric Riviere. In 5th, number 46 of Jason Martin. In 6th, the number 06 of David Dorrell. In 7th, number 13 of William Locklear. In 8th, the number 21 of Greg Gurk. In 9th, the number 17 of Benny Holloway. 10th, number 14 of Ed Belanger. 11th, number 15 of Joseph Jeffrey. 12th, number 48 of Kean Rail Howell. And that's going to round out your starters of this race for unofficial results here at Rockingham Speedway. From Non-Stop Racing TV up here in the booth, we hope you enjoyed this race, and please drive home safely, and have a nice night, happy holidays, and Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year from Aftermath Autosports and Non-Stop Racing TV. Me.